I gotta get a bottle of water. I'll be right back. Starting at 1, so I figured I'd do the intro, the 6-minute intro at 12:54. What up? Two minutes. What's up, Ray? How you doing, man? You cut these damn nails. Oof. Long. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. Oh, Jason, what's going on, baby? I see Jason over here on Facebook. Hell, my Lana, the man, the myth, the legend. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're doing really well. I hear good things. I see good things. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. If you guys don't know, my name is Patrick. I'm a full-time tinter, instructor, and consultant. And I put together window tinting videos and other stuff. And I do live streams. Yeah, welcome. All right, today, guys, we're gonna be doing an intro to TintWiz. If you guys don't know, I'm a coach of TintWiz, and I talk with a number of different people in regards to different facets of the app, the website, the CRM suite, whatever you want to call it, right? So I do know, like, I use it personally, right? So I do know that, like, once you first get into it, it's a lot of information. So today in this live stream, what we're going to be focusing on is an introduction to TintWiz. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to get set up with TintWiz, how to set up your business in TintWiz, and once you're going to see the dashboard that we're going to go in automatically to when you first log in, and I'm just going to walk you through all the different things within TintWiz. If this is something that you guys like, if this is something that you think is helpful, please let me know in the comments below, either whether you're on Facebook, whether on YouTube. Just let me know below whether or not, or if you guys want to focus on a video or a live stream of something particular within TintWiz as well. I did release an in-depth video in regards to the inventory management system from start to finish, everything you need to know about the inventory management system. You can check it out. It should be under the playlist on my YouTube channel under TintWiz training, and you should look under there and it should say inventory management. It's about 35 minutes. It's a pretty lengthy video, but I mean, I go over everything. I show you guys the scale, I show you guys the printer, and then I show you guys how to set everything up and weigh everything. Like, it's pretty in-depth, so go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested in that as well. All right, so we have 1 hour. I'm not going to go long. I'm infamous for saying I'm going to be here for an hour, then I'm here for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to get right to work. I did double check to make sure that I am playing the right playlist, because the last live stream I played the wrong playlist, and I did not have copyrights to that, and then it was going to get taken down, so I had to delete it anyways. So without further ado, we're going to be switching back and forth to my screen here. And I'll be right down here, and if my camera gets in the way, then I will be moving this camera as well. So for those of you guys that don't know what TintWiz is a CRM suite designed for window tinters. I mean, taking it right off the promo here, from acquisition to invoicing and everywhere in between, you can run your business through TintWiz. It's amazing. Not only are they a sponsor of the channel, but I also use them in my personal business, Sun Solutions Tinting. And I've been full send on my own business by myself for probably the last almost 6 months. I think since June, so 4, 5, 6 months, whatever. I didn't get into using it a whole lot when I was kind of half in and half out, right? There was a lot of information, and even I was like, well, how do I do half of this, right? So, but once I dove fully into TintWiz, the tools, the support, and everything that comes along with this is so beneficial. Just in the aspect of it makes you look so professional. I'll switch back and forth here. There's lead generations there. You can send canned proposals are amazing. When you send proposals for flat glass or automotive, they look so professional. They look like you took hours spending time creating and cultivating these proposals, and really they're canned proposals, which means they're saved, and you just send them right out. It takes about 10 seconds and you look like a freaking professional. I love it. I love it. All right, so getting into it here, first thing foremost, you're gonna go to tintwiz.com. Make sure that's not too loud here. We're going to go to tintwiz.com, and this is going to be the first page you're going to look at right here. Now we are going to start fresh, so I'm going to go ahead and just put in an email address and go from there. I don't have the actual email address, so let me see if this is even going to work. I am going to hide my screen from time to time because I'm on my personal computer. I don't think there's a way to like hide the predictive tints or texts, and I don't want to be showing like passwords or anything like that. So first thing we're doing is going to hit here, start my free trial. When you guys start this trial with TintWiz, it's going to automatically, you're going to get 30 days. So go ahead and download it, get your account set up, and just play with it. Figure it out, run through some scenarios, because you have to have a little bit of practice first before you put it into action. Because if you get in front of a client and you're trying to fumble with TintWiz and you're not trained yourself on how to use it, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna get cumbersome, and you're gonna be like, fuck this, I'm gonna just get the pen and paper, right? I do everything paperless. Everything paperless is so much better. All the information here, whether you're a one-man crew like me or whether you have 5 installers, flat glass, automotive, mix and match, it doesn't matter. This system can centralize everything and all the information you needed, from consultants to sales guys to installers, to the owners as well. So many good things. So first and foremost, you're going to go here. First page we're going to do is we're going to send in an email address and set up a password. I am going to go ahead and redact. I just noticed that you can see my screen. You can't really see my screen there. We'll be fine. Let's see if it's going to let me use this password. I agree to the terms and conditions. Email password's already been used. Aye! All right, hold on. 30 seconds, guys. Just gonna set up a password, an email real quick.
Party, nos ponemos farria, nos encanta el perreo. Habla mucho, pero ¿dónde están los haters, baby, que no los veo? Los dos en la pista, esto se puso feo. Duro, pam, pam. Le gusta lo malo, los underground. Duro, pam, pam. Suri no queda al que siempre me round. Duro, pam, pam. Le gusta lo malo, los underground. En el party se siente como el ambiente nos lleva a otro lugar. Con perreo sin dona, toda mujer también en la zona. Solo cuando pone freaky.
All right.
Canta como loca porque se emociona. Yo seguro que todos esos shots se pusieron a fluir. Baila cerquita para adelante y para atrás. Si quieres encima de mí. Duro, pam, pam. Lo malo, lo underground. Duro, pam, pam. Suri no queda al que siempre me round. Duro, pam, pam. Le gusta lo malo, lo underground. Duro, pam, pam.
Okay. All right, so after you put your email address, assuming you have your own email address, after you set your email address up and you're going to set up your password, it's going to go to your next page here. Your name, let's go Patrick Latman. Business name, ABC Tinting. I'm in the United States. Let's say I'm in Florida, as I am, time zone. And then we're just going to complete setup. So this is just some basic information about the business and things of that nature. And we're going to go ahead and complete setup. And boom, we are now set up with our own account. And we're gonna go ahead and go here. This is the first place that you're gonna go here. This is the dashboard. This is gonna be your home for TintWiz, and it looks very similar whether you're on a tablet, an iPhone, an iPad, or on the computer. So first and foremost, just so you can see all the information here, this is where your new leads are gonna come in from. These are gonna be your tasks, pending tasks, and then unread replies over here. And then just some basic information. Leads added this week, consults scheduled this week, installs scheduled, and then the amount scheduled. So it can kind of keep track of your dollar amount and what you're doing and how your week is going along. And then it'll also show you last week and then month to date here, so last week and this month. So these are just some little bit of analytics that you can kind of keep a quick eyeball track on your business and how it's going. Here's where you're going to search for contacts. Obviously we have no contacts except for a sample right here, but if you're looking for a specific contact, this is where you would search for your contacts so that you can look them up. Here is where you're going to add leads, or you can also hit this button here and start a project or schedule an appointment straight from here as well. If you're having someone that's going to call in, and say someone's on the phone and they're calling in, they're like, oh, I want to have information about window tinting, blah 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 blah. The first thing I do is I grab my phone, I open up the TintWiz ad, and I hit add contact. So adding contact is going to be your first step. I'm going to go into that too as well. Going into is going to be your first step to being able to get their information so that you can get their phone number and email address, and then start creating basically their profile. So whether it's going to be flat glass, automotive, commercial, marine, you can go ahead and subcategorize that and then go into sending a proposal or booking the appointment right then and there. Right here, down here, you're going to see this is going to be your schedule and the maps. If you run you can run it by yourself. If you're running by yourself and you're mobile and you have a whole bunch of stops all over the area, then the maps is going to be beneficial for you. If you're a flat glass company and you have multiple crews that are going to be out and about and you want to see where they are, where they should be, you'll also see the maps. If you're a brick and mortar automotive location, then most likely you're probably not going to use the maps because you're not going to be going anywhere, right? So if that is the case and you just want to look at your schedule, you can go ahead and click on this little button right here, and it'll toggle between just maps, just your schedule, or both. And now it's set up. It subcategorizes as well. You can categorize to all different types of events, your events, all events, and you can select specific members within this area. This is for multiple employees, whether you have admins, sales guys, installers. This is where you're going to go if you want to see specifics on someone else or the whole spectrum. On this button right here, you can it's set up to all types, but you can just check the schedule just for consultations. You can just check the schedule for installations. You can check the schedule for miscellaneous. I don't know, again, miscellaneous is miscellaneous, so like what random stuff that you're going to be using this for. And then other, just to let you know, the way that I run this is that I like red is my particular color. I schedule myself, and I have myself as a client, so I use this schedule not only to schedule all of my business, my consulting, my installations as well, but I also use this for my personal schedule, so it's all under the same one, so that now I know, like, if I have something that I have to do, if my kids have a doctor's appointment or something like that, I can block out that time and just put it right in here. It makes it super duper dandy. Instead of having to cross-reference, you have your schedule here, then maybe you have something on Google Calendar, and it just kind of makes it cumbersome to try to cross-reference these when you're on the fly and on the go. I will tell you this: the most important thing about running a successful business is being organized. It's so crucial. It's so quick and it's so easy for people to just like kind of fall into the rabbit hole of like, just do it. I just want to tint. Let's go. Let me write this down. Let me put this here. And then if you don't have a system, if you don't have a process, there's no way for you to be able to scale, right? If you add if you add employees, if you add installers, if you add a front desk girl or guy or person, like how do you organize and keep track of everyone? It's hard to scale that without a process, and this process is going to be the way to go for you guys. Last button right here, this button will specify particular projects, right? So if it's just flat glass, auto mobile, and auto in shop, the auto I'm assuming would just go for everything. Same thing with marine, mobile, in shop, or just in general marine as well. Obviously, if you guys are like in the middle of Kansas or something like that, and there's no bodies of water. If there is a body of water and you do happen to live in Kansas, don't take offense to that. I don't know anything about Kansas. I'm just trying to make an example here. You probably won't be using the marine a lot, right? Because no one has boats in the middle of nowhere. But besides that, that is the overlook on the dashboard right here. Here in this section right here, if you had multiple businesses, so this, you only have one account per business location. I guess I should say per business location. So if you had multiple businesses or multiple locations, then you would have to have different accounts per different location. So here you can go ahead and either manage the businesses, or you can switch between ABC business and DEF tinting and FGT tinting. I don't know. You can switch between the businesses that you do have here. This button is an active button. All you have to do is hit this button. If you go into projects or something like that and you want to go back to your dashboard, just hit the Tint Wiz button, and all of a sudden you're right there, and you're good to go. Keep in mind as well, I didn't mention this before. I don't know. Hold on. Is I'm online? I'm gonna make sure my YouTube is up and running. Give me a second here, guys. Yeah, it's up and running. Okay, my software was just acting a little funny. If you guys had any questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms, now is the time to ask. If you guys see something particular you guys want me to answer, jot it down in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and I'll see it. I'll go ahead and answer them for you guys as well. So if there's no questions, if there's not anything going on, I'm just going to keep going through the list of things that I have that I want to go through, and then we'll go from there. We might cut it short if we go through everything or not. I don't know. So back here at the dashboard here, let me think here. First start, or you can either hit the dashboard. This button will bring you back as well to the dashboard, or you can hit the TintWiz logo and it'll bring you right back. Lead capture, clicking this button here, you're going to be able to go ahead and set up different lead capture links. I switched everything over before, whether I was on Facebook marketing, whether it was on Google AdWords, anything I was using for marketing, I would either do my phone number or other things of that nature. I send everything via TintWiz link now, and there's a way that you can generate a lead generation form and also produce a QR code, which is really great. I'm in the midst of getting the QR code like on a magnet, so I can put it on my van, so that when people are driving by, they can just hit the QR code and it'll pull up straight to the lead generation form. And from there, it could be a general lead generation form if you're doing all types of flat glass, whether it's auto, flat, blah 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 blah. If you just specialize in auto, then you can get down to the nitty gritty. What's the year, make, and model? Does it have tint on the vehicle? What kind of things do you want? All the information that you need, so that when you get the lead, you're not spending time. What's your first name? What's your last name? What's your phone number? What kind of car do you have? What's the year, make, and like all that information's already there for you, right? So it's going to expedite the call. It's going to minimize the amount of time that you're on the phone, which means that you're going to have more free time doing what you do, tinting windows, right? So that's the goal until you get to the position in your business, the success in your business where you have people working for you. Then you can train them on particular portions of this, and then they can do it. Super easy. So lead capture here, you're going to be right here. Next, we're going to set up. Coming here, going into contacts here, you're going to be able to have all your contacts right down here. There's obviously no contacts here. Oops, excuse me. There is no contacts in here as of right now, except for the sample ones. And let's take a look. This is what a contact would look like once it's saved in here. You can just go ahead and click on it, John Samples, and this is all the information here. Has his landline, cell phone, email, the different types of projects. This one looks like it's going to be a commercial because of the little building, not a house. We also have the address where they're going to be located, and you can show on the maps. Boom, right there. And then all kinds of information. This section here is notes. Notes on the client. Client is super picky. Make sure keep booties on feet while working. You can go ahead and submit that there. Boom, and now that is a note within the project of this client. No one else sees this. This is just for internals. So like if someone else was coming in, let's say I had a client or an installer that was going to do the project for me, they can pull up the project and they can see, oh, okay, so there's some notes here. What do I need to look for? Things of that nature. Options here, you can send this particular project. You can just copy the link here and you can send this link over to whomever staff. It only goes to staff. It says staff only right there. But you can send that so that they can get this information as well. We can view the details of the project. Okay, it looks like on October 21st there was a consult that was unassigned, and then there's an installation as well. See, so by default the consultations or estimates, whatever you guys want to call it, they're going to be in blue, and then by default this light green is going to be for installations. Usually if there's an address here, then that is a mobile gig. And notice, actually, if we look at context here, there should be two different ones. I think this is, you can put, let me see here. I think there is a difference between putting their actual address, and then the project address could change as well. So there's different details that you can do within this area here. But let's kind of look into this project. We're going to be looking at this project right here. It looks like it's on here, it's 243 square feet, and it looks like it's 27 panes, one window. It's a big one. Window E. And we can go into all these. I am going to be doing a video on how to do a consultation at a house using TintWiz, so that you guys know how to pull up, check in, and then start how to designate different rooms, how to designate different windows, how to take the pictures, how to get it all set up and have it all ready, so then that way when you present film, they can choose the film. You can have the proposal sent right then and there, if they need to, or they can just accept it and you can book the gig right then and there. So that was contacts. Coming down here to projects will show you all the different projects. Every job is a project, right? Every client, you can't just save a client. You have to save a client with a project, and then they're saved in this system. If you try to save a client without a project, then they automatically go into the lead section. That's one thing that I learned, that you have to have a project. So clearly, if they don't have a project, then why are they in your contacts? They should be in your contacts. So, but all you need is just one project, and once you have that one project, you can look up their account and the different projects that they have. But this tab will show you the different projects that are in motion, and you can change the status of it from, again, pending consult. This goes all the way from start to finish, so you just have to go down the list and you can see where different projects and what phase they're in. This is basically from pending consult schedule. That's basically they called in, and you're right from the rip. This is where you're starting from. Consult schedule, so this kind of goes pretty quickly. And then after the consult, you're doing pending proposals sent, and so forth and so forth. It literally goes down the list of how the progression should go. Also, you can change by different types: commercial, residential, automotive, marine. And then you can show all mobile, or mobile, in shop, or all. So you can subcategorize it, but if you hit all, then they'll just show you all the projects. Proposals are, if you don't book the client right then and there, like for automotive, let's just say, if you don't book the client right then and there, they don't schedule an appointment, that's where proposals come into play. Also, same thing as if you go to an estimate, and the estimate is good, and you show them all the samples, and they don't want to close. The object is, once they're on the phone, you want to close and get a schedule booked. Book them on the schedule. But maybe they're not sold, maybe they need to talk to their wife, maybe they need to double check numbers, maybe they're not the point guy and they need to get approval, so they need something to bring to them, to their bosses. So this is where proposals come into play. Once, let's just say you're on the phone with automotive, for example, and you go through all the options and available with them, and they're like, and I'm like, okay, well, and you try to actively close for a booking. What works best for you? I have availability Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What works best for you? You know what? I'm not ready to pull the trigger right now. I'm just shopping around, getting some information. Hey, no problem. I totally understand that you gotta. It's a lot of money that you're gonna be putting in. You wanna make sure you're gonna get the best information. So all the information for the best choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send your proposal. It's basically going to cover everything that we talked about before on this phone call. And you can choose. The great thing about the proposals is you can choose it right then and there. You can choose the option that you want, whether it's my entry, my standard, my high performance film, and a couple other add-on options if you want to add on the windshields, if you want to add on a glare strip, maybe some other additional add-on stuff like that. And you can just go ahead and approve what you want, send the approval, and then I'll know that you guys are ready to move forward. Boom, done. And then that way, when you get off the phone, not even 10 seconds after you get off the phone, they'll get a proposal sent to their email and their phone, assuming that you got both contact information. And it just looks so super professional, looks so great. Let's go ahead and let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a proposal, what it looks like on mine, my personal. Okay, so I above here, I don't want to show it, but above where it says the vehicle number, so it has the vehicle information. This is going to be what the proposal looks like. Above this information right here is going to be the client's information. I just don't want to show it, but like that has the client's information and contact information and things like that. This is what they're actually going to see, what they're actually going to get. So the solution 1 is my entry level film, 129. Oh, this is for like removal as well. So removal costs, and then you can set all these things up where like you have a little description, what it is, some side information, some bold points that you want to go over. But this is what the proposal would look like here. The 2 different options or 3 different options in regards to window tint, and then boom. So let's just say this client was going to do the window tinting. He's obviously going to have to remove it, and let's just say he went with my middle grade film. He'd select both of these. He'd know here that this is going to be the cost, this is going to be the tax, out the door right here, and they can go ahead and just type their preferred install date or when to call them to get the booking going. And then all they have to do is just hit approve a proposal, and you'll get a notification, whether on your phone, your tablet, your Apple Watch. You'll get a notification, proposal approved, and then who it was and whatnot, and that'll let you know that it's time to give that client a call so that you can set the schedule and set them in. So that's what the proposals look like. They're super awesome and they look so good. And these proposals don't even have pictures in them. I haven't set up a solid lineup of pictures, but you can also add pictures in there as well, like of different cars with different tints on it, or different houses, or whatever, your company logo. It doesn't matter. You can add anything you want in there. Coming back here, next thing down the list is invoices. These invoices, again, they're invoices. They're lined up, right? Then it's going to show you the different statuses of invoices: not sent, sent, viewed, partial paid, open, paid. I'm assuming partial means it was partial paid. That's what I'm assuming here. So you can definitely see one of the cool things about the proposals or invoices as well. Same thing with the proposals, is that once you send it, you'll know whether or not they have a different status on there, and they'll show whether or not they've been viewed, they've been opened at all, or they've just been sent and no one's opened it yet. So you can see where they are within that, and obviously, because the whole point of this is to get paid. Like the status of this one is that it looks like it was sent and it was viewed, and then at the end of the day, you want to make sure that all your invoices are paid out, because you need to get paid for your work. This section here is the inventory management system. This is by far, in my opinion, between the lead generation forms and the inventory management, this alone, these 2 options makes it so worth the investment in TintWiz. Inventory management system, again, I won't go too far into it, but it inventories your entire inventory. So whether you have 3 rolls, 10 rolls, I went and did a consultation I do a thing called the touring tinter, where I go physically go to different shops and I help them integrate TintWiz within their system, within their business, and transition over. And the last shop I was at had over 250 boxes to inventory. It was ridiculous. So many boxes. But when you have that kind of film and you have that kind of investment in goods, you want to make sure you're managing it right. Especially if you're a one-man shop, it's a different story, right? But once you start building up and you start having employees, things of this nature, you want to prevent theft. You want to prevent, I mean, it's really easy for a window tinter to snag a box of film and then just use that to make film or tint cars on the side and make a good amount of money. So you kind of want to keep a good eye on your inventory. And the inventory management system, when you're set up, and once you're set up with the account and you're using TintWiz, all you have to do is go into the chat and you can request for a scale and a printer, and they'll go ahead and send you off a printer, and then that way you have little tabs that you can use, little print stickers that you can just slap right on that has all the information about the roll, the how much you paid for it, and then you can inventory and weigh it or keep track of it so you know how much is in that roll. So not only do you know what kind of inventory you have, but you also know damn near to the foot how much film is in each roll. Really, really cool system. I'm not going to get into it. I can't even begin to scratch the surface of it. Again, that was that video that I made. Check it out, Patrick Latman on YouTube. Go under the playlist, go under TintWiz trainings. It's its own playlist. All these TintWiz trainings are under its own playlist, and go down to where it says inventory management. Again, it's about a 35-minute video. It's fully in depth. It's gonna give you all the answers. Moving on here to notes. This section right here is the notes section. So the notes can be generic notes. Notice that the client is super picky. Keep booties on feet when working. That note that I put in now gets sent within the notes section as well. So all notes, doesn't matter where it is, it will pop up in the notes section. And you can choose to search pending notes, tasks, replies, who it was assigned to. You can assign specific notes. Let's just say here, order film, and I want someone to do it. I'm going to create a task for someone. If I just hit submit, order film, it just goes into the notes section. It doesn't go for anyone. It's just in the generic area where anyone can read. But when you're starting to do 10 projects at a time and 55 notes per project, this gets pretty filled up quickly, right? Let's just say I want to have I want someone specifically to see this note. So I'm going to go to add note. I'm going to say order film for auto, and I said, let's just say I want Patrick to do it. I can go over to assign member, and once you hit click task, it'll go to assign member, and it'll go all the members that you have available, or whether it's installers, whether it's sales guys, whether whoever. You can go ahead and click on them. Boom, hit submit. And now that task is going to go to that specific person. It's me now because I'm the only person here. But if I go to if I go back to the dashboard, if you notice your tasks, look what's different here, right? Now I know, hey, it's a big red box. What the hell is that? I have a task. It's brand new. I just logged in. Let me see what it is. Oh, order film for auto. I got to make sure I do that, right? And then from here, what you can do, you can either do it and then close the task out, or you can reply and then just say film was ordered, submit a reply, so that you can reply. This is the way I like to do it. I like to reply to whoever made the note, and then I go back to the note and I close it out. So then now when I go back here, I closed out that task. That is no longer a task for me. I can move on to whatever other projects I have. And then replies here. So let's just say I had a note for someone and I sent a note out to someone, and let's just say Patrick Latman was a manager of mine, and I told him to order film. I can go into my replies here. Film was ordered. Look, Patrick Latman messaged me and said film was ordered. So now I know that he replied to me, and I know the status of the task that I assigned him. So I know that it's closed out. So that's really good. I love the notes section. The notes section is a really, really awesome section. Definitely helpful. Uploads here. I use these for, there's a crazy amount of uploads. You don't need to have all the pictures saved on your iPhone, your iPad, or anything else like that. I do want to let you know though, I am a big believer in using Apple products for TintWiz. I've used it. I don't think I've used it for an Android, I'll be honest with you, but I did use it like on a Surface, like a Windows tablet, and a couple other ones, and it's just not as user friendly as if you were on an iPad or an iPhone. Automotive, I take before and after pictures, and like on a Windows tablet, you have to go like one at a time, and it's super pain in the butt. Uh-oh.
Alligator Window Tint super chatted $4.99. Get to work.
Alligator Window Tint with a super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Very appreciative of that. He said get to work. I already did an install this morning, booked another install for next week. I was getting gas, and I booked an estimate for a flat glass gig, and I have an estimate in an hour and a half. So I'm doing the live stream between work. I'm working. Pain in the butt. Okay. So the uploads again, I use the uploads for, I use before and after pictures for automotive, just to kind of cover my butt and making sure that like if there's any pre-existing damage that is documented, and then what the vehicle looked like after we worked on it, just in the event that like say the client leaves and then like opens the door and hits a cart in the, I don't know, in the parking lot of the grocery store, then they might try to blame you. They're like, oh well, they touched it last, they had to have done it, right? And then you can kind of prove and show afterwards what the vehicle looked like after we worked on it and before it left, so you can kind of cover your butt a couple different ways. Also everything for flat glass and flat glass, I like taking pictures for flat glass and kind of taking pictures of each window so I kind of see and know what it looks like, and also taking pictures of maybe obstacles that might be in the way of the window, things of that nature. This is just basically where all your uploads are going to be sent, right here. Analytics are going to be for the business. You can go here and change it between all kinds of different parameters: last week, last 30 days, last year, week to date, month to date, year, all kinds of different parameters. Also, you can subcategorize them into different projects as well, and you can see how good particular projects are doing, and so forth and so forth. Segments, leads, consults, dismissed contacts. I mean, there's all kinds. Can you chart it? Oh, you can. Oh, okay, cool. You can turn off the charts right here, and you can pull them back up right here. But simple analytics of the business, as long as you're keeping it all within here. The only thing you can't do within TintWiz is payment processing. So, but through third-party apps, you're able to go ahead and, like, let's say you're using QuickBooks Online, you're able to go ahead and connect those two together, and then that way they work together. I have worked with shops that do that. I don't personally use QuickBooks Online. I probably should. I kind of lean on my accountant to keep the books for me, but if you do your own bookkeeping or you use QuickBooks, that's where you can connect the two, and then that way they integrate well together. And again, this is where it's going to be here. I don't think I switched the screen. Sorry. Last but not least, support. Here you can go through different trainings. Let's see, get started here. Boom. Owner, admin, consult, installer. You can do different, you can learn different ways and different aspects of this through here, not just through me. You're not alone. There's different options that you can do. Live chat with people. If you have questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms, you can touch base with a TintWiz employee. How do I do this? How do I do that? No question's a dumb question. The point is that if you have questions and you don't know the answers to, and you can't get the answers, you got to get them somehow, right? Boom. Also, the Facebook community, TintWiz has a Facebook community that all TintWiz users are on, and basically you can chat with different people that use TintWiz and see how other people use TintWiz. Maybe take a little bit of this from this shop, take a little bit of that from that shop, and kind of mold your own process with it. The YouTube channel, they have a Facebook YouTube channel, different videos, different things of that nature, different tutorials as well, and the help center and the coaching as well. This is where you can find me in the coaching TintWiz coaches, and we could basically just help you succeed on how to do it. Find out more, find my coach Jordan Shady J right there. Cody Becker's super cool dude. Hey, look at that guy. Brandon Haas, what's up? Sean, all these are the different coaches on TintWiz. So if you guys wanted to go one-on-one and touch base with a coach, you guys can do that as well. Let me think here. That's pretty much it. This is the brief overview. Kind of going over here. This is a quick schedule button. You can schedule something really quick and on the fly right here. Bing. The bell notification. This is a notification center. This is the bell is gonna show you when like proposals are sent out. Any changes basically is gonna notify you. Pretty much any changes will notify you of all the important stuff. When leads come in, when proposals are sent, when proposals are approved, things of that nature. Up here is going to be your basically where you're going to control everything. You can switch to dark mode here. Some people like working with the dark mode. I'm still on the fence on the dark mode. I'm not going to lie. It's easier on the eyes because the white is so glaring, and everything else is dark mode except for my TintWiz. I don't know why. So you can toggle between that and light mode. Again, you can switch between the businesses here, not just over here, but also here as well. This is where you log out. Specific account information and settings. Settings are important because this is where you're gonna get where you can do a lot of the back channel stuff, I guess you could call it. You can manage your staff right here. This is where you would add staff members, installers, consultants, and admins. I'm set up as an admin and the owner. You can set up another admin. They don't have as much of like the owner, the one that runs TintWiz will have the most control over what goes on, and so forth and so forth. If you have installers like flat glass installers, then you want to add those in there. If you have sales guys, you want to add them in there as well. So this is where you would add your sales guys. Going back to settings, here's where you can put different business information of your business, logos, upload logos, phone numbers, addresses, things of that nature. And integrations, here's where you would integrate your QuickBooks. And Zapper is an online automated tool that connects your favorite apps such as Gmail, Slack, MailChimp, and more. So I've never used Zapier. I don't know how you say it, but that's what you can go ahead and connect them through this way as well. Notifications, manage notifications. Here you can manage just the different notifications you get and how to get them. Pretty straightforward on that one. Configuration. So this is where you can do a lot of stuff on the back end here. So if you go from the dashboard to click on your name, you go to settings, configuration. First and foremost, what you want to do is change this 40 to 100. It's going to expand your logo, especially on the proposals and other sent things, and it just makes it more pronounced. You can manage your services here, and then also manage your canned services or canned proposals here. And you can update different things. Proposal notes. I think here I changed it to please allow 1 business day for us to contact you to get you scheduled, something of that nature. But I mean, dabble around with this. You can change different footers of the proposals, extra fields in the proposals, business notes. There's so many different things. One of the newest things they changed is you can change the view of the schedule, because sometimes we don't have schedules. I don't need to see all 24 hours, right? Maybe I could just see just like an 8-hour window or a 10-hour window. You can adjust so many different things. I won't go into any specifics right here. Allow self-cancel, which is really nice. You can take away the option for clients to cancel through the app. They have to call, and some people are like, I don't want to talk to it, and I'll just let them come. Screw it. Default hours, like, so when you set an appointment, it defaults to 2 hours. But you can change that. If your average car is 3 hours, you can change that. You can change all kinds of parameters on here. So whatever you change, just make sure you hit save, because if you don't hit save, then it won't save and then you're screwed. But you do a lot with configuration. This is going to be really good. A lot of time is going to be spent setting up your services and setting up your canned proposals. Those are going to be a little bit of time consuming process, but once you get it set, then it's kind of, you set it and forget it, unless you change your unless you change like your prices or something crazy. Okay, so that's pretty much the brief overview of it. We're about 45 minutes in. We're doing really well. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to show you guys how to put in a quick contact in here. Say someone was calling in, ring. Someone calls, I'm going to go hit add contact, and then that way here, what we're going to do is we're going to put a first name and last name. Just want to make sure here. So right here, we're going to put first and last name of the person who's calling, company, if they're a company, obviously you can put that right there. What you want to do next is you want to get a little bit of information, but you don't need all the information, because you don't want to scare them away, right? Like, I need your address, I need your phone number, what's your landline, what's your email. Like, if you get too much information, I feel like it scares them scares people away. So just get the first and last name, that way you can organize it there, and then get a mobile number and email address. That's all I get, right? And make sure you're not putting it under work number, right? So when you set up an appointment, there's going to be text and email reminders. It's going to go I think it's just text, actually. It's going to go 24 hours before the appointment, and then they're going to send another reminder 1 hour before the appointment. But it's important that you're in this section, the mobile phone section. If you put the phone number here, it will not send a text out. Remember that. So phone number here, if you kind of want to just go with the phone number, you can do that, but I like to get a phone number and email, and that way it's redundant. Maybe I wrote the phone number wrong, maybe they gave me the wrong phone number. Now I have another way of contacting them. I don't just have one way, you know, and like it's either full send or none. So phone number here, I'm just gonna move this here because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Email address tinter@gmail.com. First and last name, mobile number, email address. That's really all you need. If you want to get an address, if you know they're going to be commercial, residential, then you can get an address at that point. But if you're mobile or if you're in store, at this point you don't really need it. Save contact at gmail.com. Yeah, make sure the email is correct. Save contact. Once you save contact, we're not done yet, right? If I leave this alone, this is going to end up into my lead generations. Like if I just leave it, look, new lead, right? Because there's no project in there, right? So let's come back here, go into the lead, and we're back to where we were. Once we get the client's information in here, you're going to see that the clients, this is basically their portfolio, right? You're going to see the client's information, their phone number, their email address. If you had more information, you can put that there. Next step is we have to set up a project. So after we get all the client's information, set up a project. You're going to come over here, add project. And from here, you can choose which type of project: residential, commercial, automotive, or marine. Let's just say that's going to be a car. We're going to go with automotive. You're going to select the year, make, and model. Let's just say 2020 Ford Bronco, and color gray. These are the 4 things I like to get. Not only the year, make, and model, but I like to get the car too. And this is not something I made up, right? This is something that I got from someone else. That you can get the color because in the future, when you have this entire database of cars and things of that nature in your system, you can pull up, like in the future, like let's say you have another Ford Bronco 2020 that's gray. You can pull up a tinted Ford Bronco gray 2020, and you can show clients like, oh, this is what this car is gonna look like. There's a lot of options, so I like to get the color when I can. Once we do that, we can decide whether it's going to be a mobile address. By default, it's set to be in shop, but you can set, if you're a mobile business, you can set it up to be always mobile. But here you would either use the contact address or enter a different address. here if it's going to be mobile, or if it's going to be in shop, it's just going to default to in shop. Create project. Boom. Now we have the project set. This is, the client is Patrick Latman. He's got a 2020 Ford Bronco. It's gray. And it's going to be in shop, and we're going to tint the car. Now at this point, you can schedule the appointment and schedule the installation right here, and then schedule the time. Let's just say we wanted to do it for 8 o'clock, 2-hour time frame. This can be changed if you want. Let's say it takes you 3 hours to tint a car. That's going to extend that. And then from here, you can go ahead and book the appointment. Notice here, look, you can select sharp time. Checking this will emphasize appointment start time and show sharp next to it. This will make the assignee know that he has to be at the location on time. Oh, that's good. The assignee, me, gotta be me. Sharp. All the appointments, you should be on time for all the appointments. So I don't know if I'd use that very much, but this by default will be clicked on here. Notify customer via SMS and email. So when I said I think it was just text. No, there's going to be reminders for text and email. You're going to go ahead and hit confirm and submit, and it's going to automatically put you into your schedule. It's assigned. This one's unassigned. You can assign a specific member, but if it's going to be in shop, you just assign it to the shop, I guess. But if we go back to our dashboard here, you'll see that project is in there from 8 to 11, Patrick Ford Bronco, and some information here. And again, that client is going to go ahead and get an email and a text 24 hours and then 1 hour before the appointment. It just helps keep people in the loop and remind them that we're going to be conducting business. But that's it. That's kind of like the nitty gritty, the first look of how to do TintWiz, what it looks like, how it's going to be. If it was a mobile, you'd be able to switch different locations here and see whatnot. Let me think here. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms? Anyone on the Facebook? Anyone on YouTube? 30 seconds. All right, which is good. All right, 152. I think we did good. About an hour, and we've got a pretty good overview of the TintWiz and how to use TintWiz. Again, guys, it's a free 30-day trial. Mess around with it, see how you like it. At the end of 30 days, if you guys like it, sign up and use it. If you guys don't like it, and you guys, or maybe you just need more time fiddling with it, just contact them. They'll probably give you an extra 30 days. They're they work very well with people. Question: how much is it? Right? How much do you use it? You can use this one account, $100 a month. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Once you use, it's worth every penny. Just the inventory management system alone and the lead generation forms alone make you look so professional. Canned proposals, but being able to send the proposals, having the invoicing, all kinds. I mean, it's so worth it. I would tell you, if this was $250 a month, I'd say it's still worth it. So, but yeah, and the only time that it would change is if you had multiple locations, then you would need an account per location. That's really the only change here. But they're vested in making sure that you guys have a positive experience, right? For example, if you guys, once you guys sign up, and if you guys decide, you know what, I want to take advantage of the inventory management system, right? The printer they sent you, I think it's the Brother QL820 NWB. Look it up. That's like a $200 printer. They just send it to you, right? They send you scales, they send you thermal paper, they send you everything, like everything you need to succeed. They want you to be able to do well and use it to the best of your ability. And if you use TintWiz full send, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. If you're a company right now, and you have a business already set and you have a process set and you've been thinking about switching over to TintWiz, it's gonna be a learning process. It's gonna take some time. It might slow things down a little bit. That's okay, right? Because sometimes you gotta take steps back to take big leaps forward, and that's what you would do here. I can guarantee you, it's the reason why I'm able to do the touring tinter, is because when I go and I travel to these to other locations, I'm not cheap to come to your location, but I can guarantee I only go to a shop if I can improve their process by, not a lot, by about 10 to 15%. If I can improve their process by 10 to 15%, expedited, more efficiently, then I can put in their pocket roughly about $30,000 to $50,000 extra per year, compounded year after year. It's all about setting a process, setting a system up, and going from there. It depends, and it really just depends on what your success plan looks like. Do you want one location and just maximize that location? Do you want multiple locations? Do you want to have multiple tinters? What do you want to do? It doesn't matter. This thing is so scalable, whether you have 1 employee or 100 employees. And that's another good thing too I didn't mention. What's the cost? I'm a one-man shop. It costs me $100 a month. What happens if I had 10 employees? What happens if I had 100 employees? How much is the cost for it then? 100 a month. That's it. The price doesn't change. Doesn't matter if you have 1 or 100 or 1,000. If you have 1,000 employees, that's crazy. But yeah. All right, guys, that's going to close it out. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have questions about specific sections, or maybe next time I just do a TintWiz Q&A, like, I have questions, you have questions, I'm gonna go ahead and be on here for like an hour, and I just sit here and I answer all your questions, whatever questions you have, and we go through it together. Whatever you guys want, I'm here to help out. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I have an estimate in 1 hour, so I'm gonna go back to work. I'm literally in the middle of my day, but I book these things because I think this stuff is important, and I want to help out as much as I can. So yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Take care. Be easy. We'll talk soon.